An Album a Day is my exploration into the Korean music scene. This podcast will cover mainstream, indie, and some underground artists within the scene and provide both factual and opinionated commentary. The biggest benefit to sharing my thoughts this way is that it will hopefully expose you to more great music and exploration of your own. On October 21st, 2013, A-Jax were announced to have what would ultimately be their final comeback, Snake. The EP dabbled in the rock genre at a time when other boy groups in the scene were much heavier on synthesizers and other electronic dance music subgenres. We're slithering around the final album, and I'll share my final thoughts right after the drop.
You're tuned into An Album a Day show. Start.
Hey y'all, just a quick heads up that this Friday, January 29th, 2021 at 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time here in the States, Season 1, Episode 2 of A3Day Sister Show kicks off on www.A3DaySisterShow.com. Here's a little about the show. Hey y'all, a lot of you already know the stories that came from YouTube, such as the vampires of K-pop or a whole bunch of concert recaps, but there's other things that I want to tell you about. A3Day Sister Show is the less filtered companion to multifaceted ACG presents An Album a Day. This podcast will cover various aspects of the Hallyu wave and provide both factual and opinionated commentary from myself as well as some of my special invited guests. From long-form rants and history lessons to story times and interviews, I think you will have a great time listening to this show, and sometimes even being a part of it. Bye, y'all. Let's assess Snake, a 4-track EP, title track, instrumental included, for what it truly was or is, a risky album to make. The guys had no reason to adjust their genre approach per se, and it might have done them in. Going against the masses is a worthwhile risk from time to time, but the EP is simply okay. The title track, Snake, is playful and certainly funky, but it's not really for the club or the coffee shops. Now, don't misunderstand. The song isn't bad and works for radio and possibly a commercial along the lines of Old Navy here in the United States, but this should have been their second single. The track that should have headed this project off is It Girl, a R&B song with a sound adjacent to a jazz club of sorts. The sound and context works across several age groups, and perhaps it wasn't chosen as the first single because of this. I can't imagine a 15-year-old falling in love with It Girl as much as an older teenager or friends in their 20s and 30s at Norebang, so that could have been an obstacle. The final track, Stay With Me, is another R&B song with a catchy, rhythmically syllabic chorus. By the time I got into it, the song was going off. It's a 3-minute song. That's not good. K-pop fans, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being essential listening and 1 not worth mentioning, the A3Day rating for this album and their complete Korean discography is a 4. That rank stems largely from their continued cohesive production and performance and willingness to try something new. They eventually earned the number 13 spot on Korean charts with this one, but enlistments, amicable departures, and terminations marred the group from that point on. Whatever potential they had for advancing as a group, even with members changing, stopped at the end of this album. It's a bit of a disappointment, honestly. They weren't bad, but they weren't standouts in the scene either. Whatever it is that they are pursuing these days, I truly wish them all the best. Continue to check out the A3Day Highlights playlist on Spotify, as it features tracks from today's albums and past episodes' artists, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye, y'all.
Your favorite foreign Korean music historian exploring all the industry from A to Z.
There's sponsored ads and social media hashtags, but this show is truly supported by the efforts of my McGualas, the most amazing fan base a little entertainer could ever have. Special shout out to my Patreon patrons, the student body, the scholars, and the staff who keep my vision of becoming your favorite foreign Korean music historian exploring all the industry from A to Z a real thing. If you're interested in supporting the growth of this content, please visit patreon.com/multifacetedACG. And for as little as $1 a month, you can get in on the magic too. Interested in continuing your support at the free $99 price? I'd love you for it. You can still engage with the show and me, your lovely host, when you retweet, repost, and share the show and use hashtag A3, and the word day. Please consider leaving a few stars or a review on Apple Music, iTunes, IMDb, or Podchaser to keep things growing in the right direction.